What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for joining me on my journey to Egypt. There was a lot of things that happened on this trip that we managed to bang out within 4 days. And originally, we weren't even supposed to go to Egypt. We were supposed to go to Guatemala because the tickets were $160. But in true male fashion, we ended up pushing it off and we missed it. So we ended up going to Egypt. That was a quick look at our Airbnb. I'll show you guys the prices at the end of the video. But after we showered, we changed and went to the Namaste restaurant. It's located at the Hilton Hotel in Cairo. We got there, nice Indian restaurant, man. We ended up getting some chicken tikka masala, some garlic naan, and a Coke, which was extra potent. Your man was happy. Oh, it was 10 out of 10 experience, man. I would definitely go back for sure. And I challenge everybody to try it for themselves because you can't go wrong. And honestly, that was the most we spent on a meal in Cairo. It was $13 each. And I didn't even get to finish it. Steven devoured it. For me, I ain't have it in me because I ain't a real one like that. So after that, we ended up going right around the corner to the Nile River. And it was dope, man. There was a lot of people out there. Everybody was outside. But one thing about Africa, man, everybody thinks it's hot. Nah, it was brick, man. It was probably like 55 degrees and windy. And we're over there in t-shirts and shorts, looking crazy. So we hopped in an Uber, tried to find some bars, man, but they were all closed. And I don't know if it was due to Ramadan or if they just don't have bars that sell alcohol in Cairo, but let us know in the comments below. The next day we woke up at 9 a.m. to get breakfast by the pyramids. We hopped in the Uber. It was about a 35-minute ride. It was about $8, man, and let me tell you, you can see the pyramids from afar. And to be real with you, once we enter the gates, man, that's when it really hit me like, yo, we really here, man. We really in Egypt. We really at the pyramids. And once we pulled up to the restaurant, 9 Pyramids Lounge, man, I was not expecting it to be like this, man. Like, as you can see, it is absolutely gorgeous. And to be real with you, I filmed this about an hour and a half after we ate, and we had the entire place to ourselves. But let me just stop talking for a little and let y'all just vibe out and enjoy the views. Now, I do have to be real about one thing. It is mad windy over here. That desert wind is real. So when y'all come, just make sure y'all bring a little sweater or something like that, because your nose will be dripping. This is the breakfast that we ended up getting, and it was solid, man. We ended up spending $10 each, so you can see you really get a lot of bang for your buck. Like, it was a 10 out of 10 experience and something you have to experience once in your life. After breakfast, we tried getting an Uber, but no Ubers were close by, so we had the manager call a taxi for us. Dude ended up pulling up, and he's like, yo, you guys want to get closer to the pyramids? We said, yeah. So he knew what time we was on. We saw people riding camels out there. We saw people riding horses over there. So they definitely had some decent activities out there for people to do. And to be real with you, we could have went inside the pyramids, but we was not feeling it. Bro, I was not trying to be in them tight tunnels, extra hot, sweating, claustrophobic. Like, I'm all set with that, man. So just seeing that, it was good enough for me. And yo, there's 3 pyramids, and this is the biggest one. I'm not gonna front like I know the names of the pyramids because I don't, but this one right here, that was massive. This one was the second biggest one, and then there's one smaller. But it's like, yo, I can't believe people actually built this. Like, people actually put this together by hand. And being here, I had a newfound appreciation for the pyramids. It's one of those moments where you're like, I can't believe I'm here, because we read about it and we learn about it in school. And to be honest, as popular as the pyramids are, I don't know anybody that's been here. So I had a newfound respect, man. And honestly, seeing the Sphinx too, I was hyped. I was super appreciative of the taxi driver just being like, yo, you want to take some pictures? You know, took some pictures of us and everything. So after that, we had the guy drop us off back at the crib. One thing that you'll learn about Cairo is there's traffic. I've never been to a country that had more traffic. I've been to 30 countries, and this one had the worst traffic by far. Bro, I don't think I've seen any red lights. Maybe 1 or 2 red lights, but that's it. Definitely no stop signs. They be acting up, man. And our taxi driver actually rear-ended a dude, yelled at him, and then just drove off. I'm like, bro, what? I wish that I got that on camera. I'm like, yo, how you hit the dude and then yell at him? You bugging out, man. After we chilled at the Airbnb for an hour, we took an Uber over to Alamo West Street. It's the oldest street in Cairo, and they have a whole bunch of street vendors there. They sell everything. And talking to one of the locals, he was actually working. This dude, he's going to Cape Verde, and I'm Cape Verdean, so I'm like, yo, what are the odds, man? Because who's heard of Cape Verde? A lot of people haven't, so it took me by a nice surprise. But after that, we were just walking down the street, man. You'll see the architecture, man. The buildings are beautiful, man. Everything that they sell over there, I'm like, yo, like, I want to cop everything. And that's actually where I got all the souvenirs. But just walking down the street, it had a really nice vibe to it. Nobody's like pressuring you, nobody's yelling or anything like that. It was pretty quiet. This is the souvenir spot that I ended up copping a couple things for family. So if you want to know how much I spent, stick around till the end of the video and you'll find out. This is the area where we waited for an Uber to get back to the Nile River, and as you can see, there's more traffic. It was literally shoulder to shoulder, cars squeezed together, tap tap my bus. But honestly, that's the worst part of Cairo is the traffic, so just mentally prepare yourself when you come. This is the boardwalk area on the Nile where we decided to walk the strip while the sun's out. It's super peaceful during the day, and they even have a couple station riverboats where they have restaurants inside, and you can have an upscale dinner on the Nile. They have a bunch of boats that you can hop on for a good price. A little bit of foreshadowing there, and I'll share the price at the end of the video. The last thing that I can say that I didn't like about Cairo is you see the lower platform, like there's a lower boardwalk right there. They actually charge you 30 cents to walk down there. They have a couple restaurants and cafes, but bro, get your money up, not your funny up, man. And I know it's only 30 cents, but there's other ways to go about it, so they gotta change that. This is a quick video of us trying to cross the street. Just listen to our struggle. After this car, book it. No. That book. I lied. Alright, we see some daylight. Yeah, okay. Ready, go. At the restaurant, I ended up getting like a medium pizza. It was about $5. It was solid. But this mango, let me tell you about this mango smoothie. That joint was gas. The next morning, we ended up taking an Uber at 9 a.m. to head to the city of Alexandria, up north on the Mediterranean Sea. The ride took about 2.5 hours long and only cost about $80 round trip. Mind you, it's me and my cousin, so that's $40 each. And we ain't used to these prices because in America, that'll probably cost around $300, $400. Yo, why we cut this dude off for no reason? To be honest, I wish we spent a couple days in Alexandria. The weather was better and the pace of life is much slower. One of the reasons I wanted to come here was to see the Library of Alexandria. The library is open 6 days out the week, and with my luck, we went the day it was closed. This is the library right here, and it was a bittersweet moment to be so close yet so far from it. I was kind of bummed, so we just did my favorite thing to do in a new city, and that's walk. I think that's the best way to explore and find hidden gems you otherwise wouldn't find on a Google search. It was about 11:30 a.m. and your mans was starving. We haven't eaten yet, and we went during Ramadan, so we couldn't find any open restaurants. So when in doubt, go to McDonald's. It wasn't ideal to go there, but the prices were. A large Big Mac was $3.80, and a regular sized meal would have cost $2.80. So you see how much buying power you truly have in this country, and I hope you realize that you don't need to make a ton of money to travel internationally. After we refueled our stomachs and recovered from famine, we were off to the other main attraction in the city, the Stanley Bridge. This has been a destination I've been wanting to see for a long time, and I was finally here. The video doesn't do it any justice. It was a breathtaking view and a must-see for everybody. I wish we didn't go during Ramadan because we would have ate at one of the many restaurants here, but just being here, it did it for me. I was cool with it. Once we finished taking some pictures and videos, we walked down the strip and took an Uber to the end where the lighthouse is. We were only in Alexandria for about 3 hours because my cousin had to take his flight back home that day. So we didn't get to enjoy the full experience of the city and had to head back to Cairo. I will say this though, when I do come back to Egypt, I do plan on spending a couple days in Alexandria, so let me know the best restaurants to go to and the other cool attractions the city has to offer. You already know when we're in Cairo because you see the traffic. But we chilled at the Airbnb for a little, then head out to this dope restaurant. Rooftop vibes. They got the shisha if you need it. Food was fire. Got some teriyaki joint. It only cost like $7, and you see that mango joint. I had to get that again. On my last day, I was by myself and went to Hardee's for breakfast. It's Ramadan, so a lot of restaurants are closed. That meal right there cost about $4, and it was trash. I decided to walk in a new direction and ended up meeting a kid named Zaid. He was chill. He was like 10 and he was from there, but he started talking to me and asking questions about where I'm from and everything. I wanted to film our conversation, but I didn't know how the general public would feel about it, so I didn't. I will say though, the people there are very friendly. They were cool with me walking around with a GoPro, and I didn't feel threatened at all or scared during my stay. Even the policemen with just mustaches. They look intimidating, but they were cool too. I had to get my last mango smoothie there before I left. Your boy was addicted. Right next door to the Il Nilo restaurant, there were people doing boat rides. I had to hop on one before I left, and the dude was cool. He even let me drive the boat. Shout out Kodak. Overall, Egypt was a good trip. I personally don't recommend coming and balling out because you can easily have a good time on a budget. I can't compare Cairo to another city, and like any other place, it has its pros and cons. You really only need like a day and a half here, and you can move on to the next city. I wish I spent like 2 days in Alexandria because you're on the Mediterranean Sea and the views are beautiful. Here's the totals of what I spent on a 4-day trip. I appreciate you guys tuning in and joining me. Stay tuned for our next country because you won't want to miss out. Till next time, y'all be